doing this.
Well, thank you for coming on, and as I told your team, you're part this morning of a very special morning in our community here in Cleveland and Bradley County, and that is what they're calling Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime, and I know we're going to talk about the opioid crisis. One of our sponsors of this event is ATS The Bridge, which was founded by Steve Wright of Wright Brothers Construction. Of course, they're a national construction company, but it was founded on awareness of opioids 7 years ago, and I know that this is a crisis that you and your office take very seriously.
Yeah, we've been working intensely on this for years. Tennessee was one of the lead states nationally. My predecessor, Herbert Slatery, really started the ball rolling on that, and we've got over $1 billion total coming into the state through settlements and lawsuits, holding companies accountable for their role in the opioid crisis. We bankrupted Purdue Pharma, which was richly deserved given their role in the crisis. And, the best thing about all this is a horrible situation. The best thing is the money we get, most of it is going into the opioid abatement fund and being distributed by experts in opioid issues across the state in grants to places that are going to make a difference and that are going to help solve the problem, help protect Tennesseans.
And I know we're joined by Attorney General of the state, Johnathan Skirmetti. I know that Bradley County has benefited from that. And I tell you what, I want to introduce you, Johnathan, to my friend Zandra Welsh of ATS The Bridge, also Jared Waldrop. But Zandra, this grant money has come right here to Bradley County that the Attorney General is talking about.
That's correct, and we were super excited that the funds came to Bradley County and also to the city. I know that the county has started dispersing their funds, and we luckily were a recipient of some of those, so we are super, I hate the way it came about, but we're glad that they are helping us do more in our community to fight the opioid epidemic, and especially among our youth, because that's where we are really focused, and we know it's the next generation that's going to make a difference. So we are super excited to have those funds here in our community.
Johnathan, I'll get your take on that.
I mean, I think that's outstanding. The magnitude of the crisis is just horrifying. For 2022, the last year we had numbers available, over 3,000 Tennesseans died of opioid overdose. That's almost 9 a day. And those are, fathers, mothers, daughters, and sons, people we love, people we care about. And we need to do everything we can to stop this. It's metastasized. It's more fentanyl-driven now. But it all goes back to those original companies pushing their pills. And we need to just have an all-hands-on-deck, response that's going to stop this. And it's going to happen at the community level. So I'm really glad to hear that grant money is going to good use in Bradley County.
Johnathan Skirmetti is our state attorney general. What do you hope to see out of this? As far as this crisis, where are we going in the future as far as the opioid crisis, especially here in Tennessee?
So hopefully the treatment, the education, help get people back on track. We've got a lot of resources going into that. We have law enforcement resources too. And a big part of it now is related to the border issues that we're having, because you have fentanyl with these precursor chemicals coming from China, going to cartel factories in Mexico. And that is driving a lot of the fatalities now. So this is a worldwide problem. We can deal with different pieces of it, and we have to. But, at some point we're going to have to really confront the supply situation.
And I tell you, Attorney General Skirmetti joins us on the phone live from Nashville. According to the release that your office put out, they applauded the Tennessee's Opioid Abatement Council for releasing their first ever round of community grants. We were just talking about of over $80 million. What a round of grants to begin with.
Yeah, and the Opioid Abatement Council is awesome. Stephen Lloyd, the chairman, is an expert in these issues. 15 people appointed by the governor, the Speaker of the House, the Lieutenant Governor. They are people who care deeply about fighting this problem. and they are working so hard to make sure that every dollar goes to the best place to have the maximum impact, because they appreciate just how severe the crisis is in Tennessee.
Jonathan, one more introduction. I know you've got to go also, but Jared Waldrop is with our ATS The Bridge group, and he also, Jared, you get into the schools. You hear directly thousands of young people every year. Anything you'd like to say to the Attorney General?
I'd say, thank you for the work you're doing, and, those funds that are going into these communities are being put to good use, especially, here in Bradley County. We're in contact with kids on a near daily basis, hundreds of them at a time, and the message is getting out. And if more counties will take these resources and put them to good use, then the message is going to go further, faster. And I think that's what it's all about, that education, that awareness, and letting people know, hey, our country is in crisis and it's time to actually do something about it.
Jonathan?
Amen. Amen. I appreciate the work you're doing. All we can really do is point the law at the bad guys and hold them as accountable as we possibly can. And there's some companies were very, very evil in this. Some were just willfully ignorant. But no matter what they did, if they're responsible, they have to be held accountable. And the only reason to do that, we don't want to just get a big pile of money. We need to make sure that we are getting money to solve the problem, to protect people. You've got these kids whose families are broken. You've got these parents who've lost their children. It's horrifying, and we need to stop that. Every life we can save is a life, and it's a family. And God bless everybody who's out there in the communities fighting the actual fight and protecting these people and making sure that Tennesseans are safe.
Johnathan Skirmetti is the Attorney General of Tennessee. And General Skirmetti, I appreciate you joining us. Come back anytime.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to be on this one. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, very much. Johnathan Skirmetti, everybody. So a very timely interview. I'll say this: that interview was requested by his office earlier this week, and Bridget, we could not escape the timeliness of their request, right, and then to make it part of this morning, and how ATS and Steve Wright, that was founded on opioid